Mr. Prime Minister, while we are sitting here in Jerewan, the whole world is not talking about Armenia and Azerbaijan. So far the world is talking about Donald Trump and his corona infection. Does it make you sad that Armenia is not a spotlight right now?
Ես կարծում եմ, որ մեր տարածաշրջանը
I think that the events which are happening in our region are receiving sufficient attention from the international community, perhaps also due to the fact that mercenaries and terrorists from Syria have appeared in the Karabakh conflict zone. They were recruited by Turkey and transported by Turkey in order to fight against Nagorno-Karabakh and Armenia and fight on the side of Azerbaijan. And I think that now, this situation is no longer a local security issue. It is an integral part of the global agenda, because essentially what is happening is important due to three reasons for the international dimension. Firstly, because, as I said, terrorists from Syria were recruited and transported by Turkey to fight against Nagorno-Karabakh and Armenia. Secondly, the Turkish army, the Turkish troops are engaged in this process, which manifests Turkey's imperialistic policies and are an action aimed at restoring the Turkish Empire as part of other actions in the Mediterranean, in the Middle East, in Libya, given what Turkey is carrying out in those regions. Thirdly, I think that Turkey has returned to the South Caucasus region after 100 years to continue the genocide of Armenians, which occurred in 1915.
Have you had any contact with the US President after his corona infection, and what consequences does this have to all this process?
I have had a phone conversation with President Trump's national security advisor, Mr. O'Brien, and during this phone call we agreed that Mr. O'Brien would seek a phone call with President Trump, and that evening we heard that President Trump tested positive with COVID-19. Anyhow, we are in touch with our American colleagues because the United States are one of the co-chairs in the OSCE Minsk group, which is engaged with the resolution of the Karabakh conflict.
Why do you think Erdogan supports so strongly Azerbaijan?
As I told you already, it is Turkey's and Erdogan's imperialistic policies result. And if the international community does not respond properly to this fact, then, as I said, I don't remember who I was speaking to when I said this, one of the media, then Turkey should be awaited near Vienna.
What can Chancellor Merkel do to support Armenia?
I think that the voice of such leaders, truth-based, can really have a large impact on reality.
You were on the phone with the Chancellor. What did you tell her? What do you need?
As a matter of fact, French President Emmanuel Macron said very clearly and stated very clearly that Azerbaijan was the one who initiated the attack. He stated very clearly that Turkey was the one that encouraged the attack against Nagorno-Karabakh and Armenia, the attack by Azerbaijan. And he also stated very clearly that there are mercenaries recruited in Syria and transported by Turkey to the conflict zone.
If you look at Germany, is there any hope, anything you would ask the German people, the German government, they could do in this difficult situation to support your country?
As I said earlier, I expect a clear position to be taken. And as I said, if the international community does not correctly evaluate the geopolitical significance of this situation, then Europe should wait for Turkey nearby.
So
Vienna.
Germany should say exactly who started this war and who is behind.
Yes. And should make an assessment of the engagement of terrorists and mercenaries in the conflict and in the region by Turkey, who were recruited in Syria.
Thank you very much, Mr. Prime Minister.
Mehr Nachrichten und Breaking News nur bei Bild. Schau dir hier das nächste Video an und vergiss nicht zu abonnieren.